Hi, this is Rajal and welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing a nourishing Deep Rest Yoga Nidra practice focusing on the Anamaya Kosha. The Anamaya Kosha is the layer of the self that's directly influenced by our physical essence. It's our direct connection to the physical body and the physical moment. There's so much beauty, I think, in acknowledging the here and now. The present moment being the only moment that truly exists. All other timelines have since passed or hasn't and might not even happen. Resting safely in this knowing that our physical experience within our human self is exactly what being human is all about. This Anamaya Kosha is your point of reference from which all of life can be truly expressed. I invite you to rest ever so softly into the tiny spaces within the body that haven't had the chance to be intimately explored by the subconscious mind. This is truly an invitation for you to connect and rest deeply in your body. And maybe you can begin to invite, at this point, a sense of relaxation throughout the entire body. Preparing for today's deep rest practice, perhaps you can take a traditional supine position, laying on the back in Shavasana, corpse pose, palms facing upward, feet hip width apart, toes pointing outwards. The lower back is feeling supported by the ground beneath you. Finding a few ways to make the body even more comfortable, perhaps you can place a bolster or a cushion under the backs of the knees, a blanket or a cushion to support the back of the head, and adding the layer of a blanket to keep the body warm during today's practice. Taking the next couple of minutes or moments to take any micro adjustments necessary to make the physical body even 5% more comfortable. It's so important not to rush this step, so please take your time and make any adjustments you need right now to offer physical comfort to your body. Noticing now as you lay on the ground where the points on the back of the body meet the earth. Noticing every touch and every curve of the body as it's connecting down into the ground, into the earth. Our second home, the first home being the body, the Anamaya Kosha itself. As your awareness moves through each point touching the back of the body, perhaps you can begin to invite a wave of relaxation moving from the backs of the shoulders down to the upper back, the lower back, and the backs of the thighs. That wave of relaxation is now ending at the tips of the toes, sensing the spaces around the toes, and just noticing the entire back of the body now completely and utterly relaxed. The beautiful thing about a deep rest practice is that there is no wrong way to actually experience profound effects of this practice. In fact, it should take little to no effort on your part to experience the deepest layers of relaxation your body and mind could possibly experience in this deep rest practice. You can think of this practice as a full body massage for the nervous system or hygiene for the nervous system. And so the ripple effects of today's practice throughout the entire body is utterly undeniable. All that's really required of you is a willingness to allow the body to remain completely relaxed throughout this entire experience. If you haven't already done so, you can begin to soften the windows of the eyes, moving the gaze now from an outward reflection to more of an inward reflection, closing down the windows of the eyes now completely, allowing the body to relax. Beginning to notice the ears and just allowing the ears to listen to the sounds, firstly on this recording, and perhaps any sounds near within your space. As you allow the ears to open up and listen, perhaps you can receive the healing vibrations from the soundscapes that surround your space, near and far, simultaneously. Allowing the ears to listen and track and notice the sound vibrations from every angle of the room and from all the spaces near and far. Allowing the sounds to move throughout the ears. The sounds bringing you even deeper into the present moment. And from this sense of hearing, perhaps we can witness the breath. Just beginning to notice your natural breath, the natural rhythm of your breath. And just allowing it to flow here, now, with presence. Noticing the stillness in the present moment. I'd like to offer an encouragement of the breath, perhaps taking a deep breath in through the nose, expanding the belly, the diaphragm, the chest, holding the breath at the top before releasing a long breath out through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. We'll inhale, taking a deep breath in through the nose, expanding the belly, the diaphragm, the chest, holding the breath at the top before releasing 1 long breath out through the mouth. We'll do that 1 more time, inhaling, taking a deep breath in through the nose, expanding the belly, the diaphragm, and the chest, holding it at the top before releasing the longest breath out through the mouth. And just returning now to your natural breathing, your natural in and out, settling in and just really enjoying the benefits of that breath, the effects of that breath, bringing you even deeper here into presence. And as we notice the natural breath, perhaps we can begin to move through a rotation of consciousness, where you move your awareness gently to each point of the body that I mentioned, like little rivulets moving downstream into a bigger river. We're making this process as effortless as possible, so please surrender and follow the sound of my voice. Starting at the mind's eye, noticing the space between the eyebrows, the seat of our awareness, noticing now the mind's eye. Perhaps you can notice this mind's eye relaxing and relaxation beginning to melt away any tension you might be holding on to at the tiny muscles behind the mind's eye. The tiny muscles behind the mind's eye now completely relaxed. Beginning now to notice now the tip of the nose, Noticing the bridge of the nose. Noticing the right eye, the left eye, the right ear, the left ear, the tip of the tongue, the root of the tongue, the inner cheeks, the lower lip, the upper lip, the space between the lips, the right cheek, left cheek, the entire jaw, and the hinge of the jaw. Noticing the chin, the center of the throat, the base of the neck. Awareness is noticing now the entire right side of the torso. And beginning now to notice the right shoulder, the arm, the elbow, the forearm, the wrist, the center of the palm of the right hand, and the back of the right hand. Noticing the thumb, the second finger, third finger, fourth finger, the pinky finger. Noticing now all 5 fingers on the right hand. Noticing the tips of all 5 fingers on the right hand. Noticing the tips of the fingernails. And perhaps you can sense the space between the fingers. Perhaps you can notice where the tips of the fingers end and the spaces between the fingers begin. And noticing all the spaces around the fingers on the right hand. Awareness moves back to the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the arm, the shoulder, and noticing again the entire right side of the chest and torso. And moving awareness over now to the left shoulder, the arm, the elbow, the forearm, the wrist, center of the palm on the left hand, and the back of the left hand. Beginning to sense the thumb finger, the second finger, third, fourth finger, and the pinky finger. And noticing all 5 fingers on the left hand and the tips of all 5 fingers on the left hand. Noticing the tips of the fingernails and the spaces between the fingers on the left hand. Noticing where the tips of the fingers end and the beginning of the spaces around the fingers. Just noticing. Awareness moves back up to the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the arm, the shoulder. Again, noticing the entire left side of the torso and chest. Noticing trillions of cells vibrating pure light. Awareness moves now back to the center of the torso and down to the pelvic bowl, noticing the entire pelvic floor and the back of the pelvis resting gently on the ground beneath you, completely supported by the props and the earth, surrendered, gravity doing its thing, noticing and reminding the cells of comfort. From this space, perhaps you can begin to notice the right hip, the right thigh, the knee, the lower leg, the ankle, the heel, the top of the right foot, the sole of the right foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Noticing all 5 toes on the right foot and the tips of all 5 toes on the right foot. Perhaps you can begin to sense the spaces between the toes and the spaces all around the toes on the right foot. Awareness moves back to the pelvic bowl and noticing now the left hip, the left thigh, the knee, lower leg, the ankle, the heel, the top of the left foot, and the sole of the left foot. Sensing now the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and little toe. Sensing all 5 toes on the left foot and the tips of all 5 toes on the left foot. And sensing the spaces between the toes on the left foot and the spaces all around the toes on the left foot. Noticing all the cells radiating pure white light, full of sensation, full of life. Beginning to notice now the entire body, noticing every cell, muscle, tissue, fiber in the body, starting at the tips of the toes, sensing the prana, life force energy that animates the body at the toes, and moving all the way up to the crown of the head. The entire body, noticing the front, the back, and the sides. The entire body shimmering pure white light, trillions of cells radiating pure peace, pure light. From this space of witnessing, I invite you to bring your awareness now back to the mind's eye, to the place where we started. And settling in here, reconnecting with the breath, noticing again the entire body, noticing the entire body here and now. Anamaya Kosha. this space of witnessing, I invite you, whenever you're ready and only when you're ready, to take a deep breath in through the nose and release that breath out through the mouth, beginning to sense the space around you and beginning to notice the body again in this space. Beginning to move the awareness back to this present moment. Perhaps beginning to bring some movement, gentle movement, back into the fingers and the toes, and moving the head from side to side, very slowly, waking up the body and bringing your awareness now back to the present moment. Thank you so much for practicing deep rest with me today. In the description box, I share a lot of information about ways that we can connect and share and stay in touch. That's a great place to explore all the ways I share the medicine of deep rest. You can also leave a comment below to let me know how today's practice landed for you, if it feels good. I read every comment and I respond, and it brings me deep gratitude and joy to share and receive any feedback from my community on how these practices have been received. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing. You can like this video and subscribe to my channel to enjoy future nourishing deep rest practices. It truly helps me with the algorithm so that my videos can find more people who can greatly benefit from these free resources. Reminding you to thank yourself for doing something absolutely amazing today, for showing up and doing this for your body. I'm ending today's practice with namaste, and I'll see you guys in the next practice. Namaste.